Let's go on to the next worksheet. Have you ever had a 46-page document? You print it out, make 24 copies for the staff meeting, go into the staff meeting, only to discover that on page 23 there was one number that was too big, and you get the pound signs instead of the number. Oh, that's horribly frustrating. I have a preemptive strike for you. Select the data in column C. I'm going to hold down the Shift key while I press the N key and the down arrow key. I think this is a great setting, but Microsoft doesn't put it right on the ribbon. We have to go to the Format Cells dialog box. The best way to get there is to click the More button in the lower right-hand corner of the Alignment tab. Within Format Cells, on the Alignment tab, there's a setting for Shrink to Fit. Choose that and click OK. Now what will happen, as you can see in cell C5, Excel will use a smaller font size rather than using pound signs. I think it's annoying to see the smaller font size, but I'd much rather have the smaller font size and be able to see the number than have pound signs. Great preemptive strike to use Shrink to Fit. Let's go on to the next worksheet. Here I have a worksheet that someone sent me with the months going across the columns, but I really need that data to be going down the rows, as you'll see in A6 through A17. It's very easy to turn data on its side. Select the original data set, use Control-C to copy, go to a new cell, open the Paste drop-down, and choose Transpose. Transpose is the fancy word for turn it on its side. Excel takes your row-wise data and changes it into column-wise data. Let's go on to the next worksheet. This is an amazing trick. We have here a small data set, and for whatever reason, our managers come to us and said, insert a blank row between every row. Yeah, you work for the same manager I do, don't you? It would be much worse if we had 5,000 rows of data. Watch this great trick. I added a new column called Temp, and I put the number 1 in, and I want to fill in the numbers 1, 2, 3. Remember, the way to do that is to hold down the Control key, click the fill handle, and drag. There's my numbers. Now watch this trick. I need to make an identical copy of those numbers and paste it down to F16. Again, the fast way to do this is to hover over the border of the selection, hold down the Control key, and click and drag. Now I have an identical copy of the numbers. Choose one cell in this column, go to the Data ribbon, and click A to Z. Miraculously, you've inserted a blank row between every row. You're probably saying, well, wait a second, how did that work? Well, we have 2 ones in the data set, and so Excel sorts them so the ones are first. The second one was a completely blank row. Now we're free to delete the data in column F, and our manager will think we spent a long time adding all those blank rows. Let's move on. This is kind of a strange trick. If you're trying to be secure, it's not a very good way to go, but it's a great trick. I have here in columns A through G data that I want to share with other people. In columns J and K, I have a couple of work cells. These are the driver cells that allow my tax and commission formulas to work. I really don't want them to print. In fact, I really don't want anyone to know that they're there. Select the cells, go to the Home ribbon, and change the font color to white. The cells disappear. They're still there. You can find them. You can change them back to black if you need to see them. But for the most part, no one will even realize there's anything out there. Let's go on to the next sheet. This sheet is the most important sheet in this workbook. It'd be great if I could find it very quickly. Make it look like not all the other sheets. If you right-click the tab, there's an option for tab color, and you can change the tab to red. It's actually much more impressive when you click away from the tab, you can see the red very well. When you actually click on the red tab, we just get a small swath of red. Still enough to let you know that this sheet must be the very important sheet.